Hello world, and welcome back to my channel. This will be the first of hopefully many videos called Timber's Trains, in which I show off the various trains I'm collecting. I made myself a rule I wasn't allowed to buy a train unless I made a video about it, that way I could upload more content on my channel. With that being said, I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and let's enjoy the video and take a look at this LEGO brand locomotive. You can obtain this locomotive yourself at the cost of $89.99 US. I'm not here to judge the locomotive and tell you whether or not that's a good or a bad price. I'm not here to say whether or not the locomotive itself is a good or bad expression of the locomotive. I'm just here to show you what's inside the box and what we can obtain and what it is that I have and whether or not I personally enjoy it. With that being said, let's continue on with the video. Unlike most train sets, LEGO does not have any clear plastic to display the various models inside. Rather, you just have to look at the box art and realize what it is you're paying for exactly. This train set is for an inner downtown commuter trolley, or commuter train that runs inside its semi-limits. Therefore, it's a little bit different than the other LEGO models that are more big industrial grade LEGO models, and it's designed specifically to feature handicap-capable getting ons and getting off of these style trains. LEGO's all about showing how things work, and I'd love to see a motorized variant of this set in which the various platforms actually engage with the train automatically when it rolls into the station. Of course, for our purposes, I'll just be doing camera trickery and my own hands. The set comes with various minifigures, such as a barista, a little girl in a wheelchair, an old man, a young boy holding a ticket, a conductor, a man who appears to be visually impaired with a service dog, and of course the driver. I noticed that the young girl has those middle ground legs, the ones that are posable up and down but are not the full child legs. And I'm excited to get a hold of those because they're just one more piece I can add to my collection and my various posable models. LEGO also sent me a weird freebie of this LEGO trophy that you can put all sorts of little stickers on and make it mean something, but it's not a train, so out of here you go. Now then, let's start with opening the box. There's something so satisfying about that. Upon opening the box and dumping out its contents, I noticed several loose bricks just floating around, and that told me one of the bags had been filled with a little bit too much air and had bursted open in transit. It was number bag 4, and I eventually found it and put all the pieces back in. If multiple bags do this with your LEGO set being transported, you are in for a rough day of sorting LEGOs. With those concerns put aside, let's go ahead and open up the instruction packet and see what we got to work with. From here, it's my standard procedure to sort all the LEGOs by color, put them into piles, and then begin assembly. However, things are going to be a little bit different because I have to do it for a camera. Now then, let's look at this set as intended out of the box. Out of the box, it is intended to be a hand-push model only. There is no motorization options, and rolling into the station, it doesn't look too bad like this. It features a functionality on the station which allows these platforms to extend forward, which allows the LEGO people to get off of the train and onto the platform. This is actually the first LEGO train station set I've actually seen that addresses the issue of the LEGO people getting from the platform to the train safely, and I kind of like it. An honest review of the station out of box the way it is a little bit incomplete. Everything's a little bit too cramped, there's no safety guard railings to describe how these characters move around the station safely, and of course it's because all LEGO sets like this come incomplete. It's up to you to take the extra bricks you have and complete what's missing. The modular little train station is designed to be configured in several different ways, and it guarantees that the platforms and the extending little bridges that go out to the train line up perfectly. And I gotta say, the amount of realism here is very satisfying. I just wish I could motorize the little doors to open somehow, as well as the platform being motorized to go in and out, but maybe someday I'll figure something like that out and have an additional video. Now, being a streetcar means that the entire train is both carriage and engine combined, and there is no one individual thing you can point at and say that is the locomotive. But that does have the drawback, as most of the design, as you can see, is made of glass, and that means that there are no motorization options as of currently. And if we put it up next to an actual LEGO locomotive, like we see here, we can see some problems start to rear up their ugly head. Although the train is certainly tall enough to maybe fit some motor functionality, it just doesn't have any space in the interior without removing the windows and basically changing the style of locomotive that this whole thing is. Rather than a clear, see-through carriage, you'll end up with a big diesel engine up front or an electric engine of some kind carrying various see-through carriages, and that's a bit of a problem. In addition to it being a hand-push train only, there's a compatibility issue with the front couple. As you can see, it is not tall enough to engage with the little magnet couple of the standard LEGO design, and it's also not wide enough to engage with its side couples, nor does it have a little divot for getting out of the way of that swivelly little magnet. It is completely incompatible with all current LEGO model trains, and that means it can't be shunted around by a powered model, nor can it be pulled. Now, I want to keep this episode of just looking inside the box, not adding any bricks or modification to the engine, but I am willing to add a little bit of extra rail, take it outside onto the deck, and give it a good shunt with the freight train from set 6033-6, and see how this train does if just shunted about your layout with an already operational engine. So no modifications, the train consortment is exactly as it's supposed to be out of box. And let's see how she does. I see the problem. These incompatible couplings have a tendency to mesh together in a poor way, which causes the entire train to derail, and not just the little red commuter downtown train, but any train shunting it risks a derailment. So this train is completely non-compatible with the entire motorized LEGO train system. It's not the first time LEGO has produced a train like that, and it probably won't be the last. So modification is required to get this train running, and any outro footage of a working engine is, at this point in time, impossible. In conclusion, this little train has incompatible couplings for shunting with other rolling stock on your layout. The entire engine is made of see-through bricks, which means it cannot accept a motor without destroying the look and appeal of the engine. And because of the wheel arrangement, it is completely incompatible with the 9-volt system that once was and is still on some of your layouts today. I hate to end a video on such a sour note though. Do you think this engine is worth buying? Do you think it's something that's worth your time? Well, that's up to you. I'm just a guy who likes trains, and for now, I'm going to go ahead and say bye-bye!